It is April 25th. This is This Day in Wrestling. I'm Jennifer from Cultaholic, and joining me is Ross.
I can smell the finish line, and we start all over again in May.
I know. We'll bring some different clothes next time, hopefully. We'll change halfway through. Keep everyone on their toes.
I'm fine without showering for a month. It's great.
That's fine. Well, I've changed. At this point, you'll have noticed.
Fair enough.
Anyway, shall we crack on with what happened on April 25th?
Please do start.
1980. The WWF and NWA Heavyweight Championships defended in the same building. That building being the Kiel Auditorium.
Easy for you to say.
I was going to say.
I guess this is big because they're rival companies.
There is.
And their belts are on the line in the same building. Something that won't have happened many times before or since.
The WWF Championship, Bob Backlund. He defeated Bulldog Bob Brown.
Bulldog Bob Brown? I'm not too familiar with Bulldog Bob Brown. Bob Backlund though, he was funny. He's cracked apparently.
Yeah?
Yeah, just mental. Absolutely
really?
mental. Yeah.
Why? What have you heard that's made him mental?
Well, I mean, you just look at the guy for a start and you see he's off his rocker. But it's just one of the, I don't know where I've heard it, but I've heard it in the past, and he's just not all there. I mean, he's in the politics game and all that malarkey, wasn't he? So
you have to be a bit nuts for that.
You have to be a bit mental for that, don't you? And he's a wrestler, which you also have to be mental for.
That is true.
He's doubly mental. He's also a good wrestler, wasn't he? Technician. Did the old thing.
The NWA title, I'll really say. It was defended against Ric Flair, and that was Harley Race.
King? Oh, no, he wouldn't have been king then. He's just a don, isn't he?
Really?
Just a don. He's got massive fingers, apparently, Harley Race.
Oh, really? How do you know
massive, big fingers. I didn't want to... You don't want inserted in places. I heard somebody have an interview where they said those things. He's got big fingers that you don't want inserted in places. So
who said that?
I can't remember. I listen to a lot of podcasts, because I don't have much of a life. So I've heard this said before, but I'm not too sure who by. But it's a good bit of information. Really? If you ever see Harley Race, just watch out for those fingers. But obviously, forgetting about the fingers, one of the goats of all time.
What, Ric Flair?
No, Ric Flair, of course, but Harley Race.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Big fingers.
Great wrestler. Lovely curly hair as well.
Lovely. So shall we move on to 1993, where Jimmy Snuka became the first ever ECW champion.
But not Extreme.
No.
Eastern. This was before they were Extreme, and Jimmy Snuka held the belt. If you're thinking
when they were just East.
If you hear ECW, you don't think of Jimmy Snuka if you're not really clued in, which we're not. But he won the championship anyway. I guess it was on the journey to making ECW what it was in the mid-90s, and they used Terry Funk and Jimmy Snuka to get them there. So
part of the NWA.
Was it?
Back then. You've written it.
This is
yeah, so
it's interesting.
But they had a very public breakup in August 1994.
But that was the promo where he essentially spat in the face of the NWA on their main championship. So his career took off a little bit in the ECW.
There you go.
The franchise.
There you go. First ECW champion. Congratulations, Jimmy Snuka. 1999, WWF In Your House 28 Backlash. This would be the last In Your House.
It's a shame, isn't it? I quite like the In Your House tag. Yeah. Although it did tell you just like, this is a B show. It doesn't matter.
Do you think?
Yeah, that's when you knew the In Your House title was used. Well, it wasn't like WrestleMania or Survivor Series. It was like, this is a B show.
But
it's not quite as big as the rest of them.
They were all still fun though.
They were. Nice little set as well.
Shows. I always enjoyed the sets.
They wouldn't have used it this year, but I enjoyed the house set.
Do you think they should bring back the In Your House banner?
Why not? They have about 100 a year these days.
There's
so
that many pay-per-views
might as well
now.
use it in somewhere.
So this one came from WrestleMania 15.
That's why it's called Backlash.
Yeah, and the first Backlash, really. What was the main event?
Stone Cold versus The Rock. Shane McMahon as the guest referee. No holds barred. That match where, was it Stone Cold or Shane had the camera? And one of them filmed the other, and then they did the stunner on the announce table, and everyone had a good old laugh.
There you go.
Good match, good event.
Moving on to 2010, Extreme Rules. What happened there then?
Shad versus JTG in a strap match. Sounds as good as it does. We all thought that Shad was going to get a big push, but JTG, the smaller one of the two, won with his metal mouth.
There you go.
He had a metal mouth.
That was good. There was also a hair match.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk. It's one where CM Punk ended up bald, and then Big Show ripped the mask off on an episode of SmackDown on a massive ladder.
There you go.
Can't love the massive ladders.
Gotta love a massive ladder. So April 25th was a big day for debuts. So it was.
Tell me who.
Tell you who. Well, very notably in 2002, Randy Orton.
That was his
And his
WWF
debut. And he had a win over Cultaholic.
Let's talk about the career and life of hardcore James Bob Holly. What a great man Hardcore Holly is.
You have already
mentioned
mentioned this earlier on.
Don't think he's funny.
He's lovely.
Oh, lovely man. Have you met him? You will have met him, haven't
Nope.
you? Have you not met him?
Nope.
I
How could I
find
met
that
him?
hard to believe.
What?
He's always over here doing the wrestlings.
No, not met him, sorry.
But this is about Randy Orton's debut.
This is about Randy Orton's
where he
WWF
has
debut.
long hair, like a little tramp, and less tattoos than he does now. And then, of course, he got injured soon after, and did the old RNN. Was it RNN? The Randy Orton news segments we had to cast on and thanked all the fans for their help and all that malarkey. But yeah, he defeated Bob Holly in his debut.
There you go.
Starting right at the top.
I was going to say strong debut. Strong debut there. Also, we had Tyler Breeze in 2007.
I've got no idea where I went. That was
but
his
it's his pro debut.
But
So-
you wouldn't think he'd been doing the wrestling for that long.
No?
2007 is
What did
11
you
years
say?
ago.
That is 11 years ago.
It's 11 years ago. He would have been on the go for about 4, 5, 6 years before he got to NXT though, so
There you go.
seasoned vet.
There you go. Another pro debut, Hangman Page. That was in when? 2008, the year following year.
No doubt his penis was as big as it is now. Apparently he has one of those. That's the hook of his rivalry with Joey Ryan. Hangman Page, of course, part of the Bullet Club, recently wrestled against the old Switchbladeroo at New Japan Pro Wrestling for the US title.
There you go.
Flippy man, does a lot of moonsaults off very high things.
Good.
Nutter.
Unfortunately, there was a death this day, 2014, and that was Connor the Crusher.
Rest in peace,
I
Connor.
know, bless be Connor.
Of course, if you want to cry, please go on to WWE's YouTube channel where you see a video detailing Connor's relationship with Daniel Bryan. Those two had a very, very nice, sweet little bond.
It was a wee bond.
Because Daniel was Connor's favourite wrestler. He puts him in the yes lock. All kinds of emotional things happen. And yeah, just a lovely little boy.
Yeah. And
A
all
nice little
Connor's,
infectious smile. All that good stuff.
he was a wee sweetheart, and all the Connor's Cure stuff that they're doing
Doing
and the
good work, aren't
bracelets
they?
and stuff. So a sad day, very sad day. But quite rightfully so, I think the Warrior Award needs to be mentioned for Connor.
He was the first ever recipient back in 2015. So yeah, he
Well
got that.
deserved.
Fitting recipient.
Yeah.
Don't know else you can say there.
No. But I think we should make it a wee bit lighter. End on a nice note with birthdays. Shall we?
Tenuous link.
I know, that was
Sucked the wind out of the room, but here it comes back in the form of whose birthday?
with the amazing Red's birthday.
The amazing Red, the TNA stallion of a man. He did lots of flips. That's about all as much as I know about him. I wasn't much of a TNA fan, as you all know by now, but it's his birthday. How old is he?
He's 36.
I'm sure he's a trainer now. I think I read that somewhere.
Oh, really?
So happy birthday, the amazing
Happy
Red.
birthday. And another birthday, D'Angelo Williams.
That is the American footballer who appeared in TNA once, I believe.
There you go. So,
happy birthday to you, you quite irrelevant human being in terms of wrestling. So,
End
it's
on
a big
high.
day for birthdays.
So that was this day in wrestling, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you like what we do at Cultaholic, you can support us by pledging to our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.